So I wanted to start the video off with some baby pictures and pictures from birth until now, because most people, when you go natural, if your hair gets past a certain length, they just chalk it off to you've always had good hair. And I'm not denying the fact that I've always had good hair. My mom used to tell me all the time that I had good hair. It was really soft and kind of easy to manage. So I wanted to start with pictures like that, but you'll also see that with improper care, that good hair can do some bad things. So I was born with a full head of hair. I can't remember a time where I didn't really have like a ponytail or pigtails. It's pretty much how I wore my hair when I was little. Braids every now and then, just with my own hair, not anything too crazy. My mom used to say that all she had to do was put water and grease in my hair and it would curl right up, so she just plait it and keep going. As I got older, I remember her pressing my hair out a lot, and even with her pressing it, my hair, I never really saw much damage with my hair being pressed. My mom took very good care of my hair, and so if my hair wasn't pressed out, which I hated, it was in a ponytail or pigtails or some sort of braids. So when we moved to Texas, I was finally able to get a perm, and I was actually very excited about getting a perm. Since my hair was so soft, my mom said that the only thing they could put on it was a just for me perm. And in this picture you see my hair was actually pretty healthy to have a perm. It was still pretty long. So after getting my perm, my mom actually was still taking care of my hair for many years, and then I decided that I wanted to take care of my own hair. And I would straighten it all the time. I washed it at least once a week, which meant 4 times a month I was washing, blow drying, flat ironing my hair, flat ironing in between, curling in between. So by the time I turned 16, my hair was completely fried. Not only was I straightening it all the time, but I also colored my hair. I got highlights. So my hair was not in the best state, as you can see in this picture. It was completely damaged. I barely had any hair left at this point. And so as the years went by, from sophomore year to senior year, actually from sophomore year to my freshman year in college, I started taking care of my hair. My friend taught me how to wrap my hair, so I started seeing the health of my hair return. And in this picture, this is probably the longest my hair was from when I started taking care of it myself. And this was actually right before I decided to cut my hair off. I had started using Dr. Miracles, and for a while it seemed like my hair was getting healthy and thick again. And then when I went off to college, I wasn't getting my hair done regularly by a beautician, and it seemed like it just started breaking off all over again. And I actually wanted to be able to do my own hair. I did not like being that far away from home and not having a black hairstylist anywhere around. And so I decided that I was going to go natural, that it was just the best thing for me. I decided that I wanted to go natural so I could have the freedom to take care of my hair, so my hair could actually be healthy and long. So in December 2008, I decided that I was going to transition. And I actually was only going to transition and cut it off once I got it to a length that I was happy with. And by May 2009, I just knew that I wasn't going to be able to stick with transitioning. I was starting to see my curls, and I wanted to actually wear out my curls. And if I did that, I was either going to straighten it or chop it off. So I decided just to chop it off and start fresh with just my natural hair and not have 2 different textures in my hair. So this picture is actually 3 months after I chopped it off. I was actually too scared to take pictures. I hated the camera, I hated my hair, and so I would not let anyone take pictures of me. And as you can see, my hair was really short. It was very fuzzy all the time, it seemed like, and it showed some curl, but only when it was dripping wet out of the shower. After that, it turned into this fro. And I couldn't seem to find any products that would help define my curls. I just thought I had 4C hair and that it was meant to be in a puff. So I did a lot of twist outs to kind of manipulate my curl pattern so that it was wearable. And when I got to the point where I was really sick of wearing twist outs, I started protective styling. And protective styling ended up being something that I would always turn to instead of wearing my hair. protective styling and straightening became my go-tos. So when my hair got to a certain length that I could wear it straight, I would, or I would just straighten it to see where I was at. So between twist outs and straightening, I would occasionally try to do a puff. I would wear it from a twist out, and a twist out wouldn't generally work, so it would turn into a puff. Or when I got out the shower, I tried to throw something in it, and it always turned into a frizzy mess. So by year 2, I discovered the curls products, and I wanted to try doing this whole product line for the whole year and just see if the products itself would help my hair. And as you can see, my curls did start to pop, but I could not deal with the shortness of it all. So I again went to protective styling and started wearing lace front wigs and twists and anything that would keep me from having to deal with my hair. Of course, I would straighten it. And I really tried to rock the twist for the longest time, and it just never seemed to work. My hair never stayed moisturized, and so as a result, I would always straighten it. And when I would straighten it, I actually noticed how rough my hair felt, how dry and brittle it felt. And towards the end of the second year, I actually noticed that the back of my hair especially seemed like it was very rough, and that I had a lot of split ends. And so anytime I would straighten my hair, I would trim my hair. And I really didn't have a problem with my hair growing. I had a problem with it staying moisturized and not breaking off from me constantly straightening it, or from me trimming off all the dead hair from straightening it. And so as you can see, occasionally I would wear my hair out, but I would always revert back to a protective style or straightening. And as I said before, my hair was so dry and frizzy that I thought I had 4C hair, and so I thought the puff was all that I would ever experience. I also experimented with mini twists, which was a disaster because when I took them down, my hair was always so tangled. So of course I would go back to protective styling when I had trouble with my hair, and I actually got into making wigs. And this resulted from me hiding my hair for months at a time, not taking care of it, not conditioning it properly, and then occasionally wearing it out and not knowing what to do with it. This particular style, all I did was put conditioner and Eco Styler gel on it, and it shrank up so much. And I honestly did not like how short it was. Even back then, I was getting major shrinkage. And so I thought maybe if I colored my hair, I would enjoy it more, and that was also a disaster. My hair had 3 different colors because I wanted it to have some sort of pop to it so that I could wear it curly, and it was so dry. I didn't realize that coloring it meant I was going to have to take even better care of it, and I wasn't taking good care of my hair to begin with. And as you can see, this is only 3 weeks after I had colored my hair, and my hair actually had started growing out pretty fast from this. So my hair was growing, it was just what I was doing once it had grown out that was keeping me from seeing any length. My hair was extremely dry all of the time, and yet I still decided that it was best to straighten it. So in this picture, you can see on the left was actually from year 2. At the top right was from when I first colored my hair, and as you can see, months after, it actually was back to the length it was in year 2. And from this point, I started noticing heat damage and split ends again. So I started trying to do the curly girl method, and I started doing a lot of wash and goes at this point, and the color started growing off even faster. And so I decided to start chopping my hair off, and this picture is actually one occasion that happened this is something that you saw from this point on. I was always cutting on my hair. Any piece of hair I didn't like, any heat damaged, anything that did not look right, I would cut off. Here I actually got the chance to be one of the curls models at the Natural Hair Show, and I was given some products to try out for the show, and I fell in love with them. Started falling back in love with my curls. They were actually very encouraging, made me feel very comfortable with my hair. So I started taking better care of my hair, and in this picture you can see my hair was actually silkier, smoother, it had more shine to it. So it seemed as though my hair was going in the right direction. And so from then on, it was like off and on with me taking care of my hair, then straightening it, noticing damage, cutting it off. So this was something that was happening from 2012 all the way to 2014, and I really tried to focus on doing wash and goes and the curly girl method. And then I actually noticed that my hair was getting very mushy from over moisturizing my hair. So I had to learn how to balance everything out, and by July 2014 it seemed as though I was going in the right direction. My hair was actually pretty long and it was actually pretty healthy, and I realized, oh, it's long, it's healthy, it's pretty, I'm going to continue to straighten it. And by the time I graduated in 2016, as you can see, we were back to chopped off, damaged hair. And actually in between that time, I actually colored my hair a few more times. So I wasn't really taking the best care of my hair. And when I moved back home after graduation, I had more time on my hands. So my mom and I actually started taking care of our hair together. We were kind of keeping each other accountable. I dyed my hair black so I didn't have to look at any more of the awful color that I had done in the past. And it seemed like my hair was on track. But what I noticed was I had a lot of split ends. So anytime I straightened my hair, I would trim off my hair bit by bit. And I was still doing the curly girl method, still doing wash and goes, but I actually would bun my hair up every day. So even if I did a wash and go, I would slick it back into a bun. And I noticed that even though I was trimming my hair off a whole lot, that it was growing back. So my hair pretty much stayed right above my bra strap all of 2016, the end of 2016, August to December, all the way up into this past summer. And I actually did another trim which brought it back to bra strap length, but I noticed that my ends are much healthier at this point. I have not taken any pictures since March of 2017. I actually haven't wanted to straighten my hair too much anymore, but it does seem like I'm finally going in the right direction. And one thing I can say I noticed was when I started taking care of my hair, deep conditioning, and enjoying my hair, that my hair started to thrive. And I also left the flat iron alone. So I bunned my hair up a lot. Over the summer, I did a bunch of wash and goes, putting very moisturizing products on it, listening to my hair, noticing that when it's dry, it does not mean to straighten it or hide it. So I hope that this was helpful. I hope that seeing my journey helps someone with their journey to just put down the straightener, back away from the color, and embrace your curls. Thanks for watching.